Man, this dungeon is so long. There's a word for a vegan burger. I believe it's bread. Ow. What is my bet for the World Cup? I'm not a soccer player. Like, I don't watch soccer at all. I was talking earlier. I watch actually a good amount of a lot of sports, but soccer is not one of them. I think soccer is the sport I watch the least. And I'm talking like out of even weird sports. Even like lesser watched sports like golf, tennis, bowling. Like I watch those more than I watch soccer. What did I give him? I don't even know what that status ailment is. Oh, it's done. Cool, I can sit here and heal. Well, technically, wouldn't it be football with a U? But yeah, we were using the word soccer earlier, so I kept saying soccer. But yes, it's football. I am very knowledgeable of this because I took Spanish for 5 years. They wouldn't let us call it soccer. I'm glad you let it slide for Americans, though. I normally would call it football, but like I said, we were just saying soccer earlier. But I'm glad you let it slide, because some people are like, you call it football? Like, extremely angry. And it's like, don't be angry at me. Literally everyone in America calls it soccer, so like, be angry at America, not me. Like, there's literally no reason to get mad at Americans for calling football soccer. They'd be like getting mad at Spanish people for calling something its normal name in Spanish. How dare you call that dog a perro? It's a dog, not a perro. Yes, but that's the Spanish word. But in America, it's dog, so call it a dog. No, I'm gonna call it what I call it in my country. I think this is just for more chests. I don't think this is the way I want to go. No. I agree, Magic Man. I don't know. I don't like hate soccer. I just don't watch it. It's just not something I watch. I'm just not into it. I've tried to watch it a few times and just never got into it. I watched a little bit on TV and I didn't know what was going on. So I was like, all right, maybe I need to watch some lower level soccer so I can, learn about it and get into the big league stuff. So then, when I was a part of the Big Brothers Big Sisters program, where you kind of help out a parent, usually a single parent, with their kids, and kind of have a little brother just to hang out with and teach about life and whatnot. So anyways, he played soccer, my little brother played soccer, so I went and watched him play soccer, and I was like, alright, so this is like, everyday normal soccer. This isn't crazy soccer, this is just regular kid soccer. So maybe I can learn a little bit about soccer here and try to get the concepts down. And the only thing I learned from that is that mothers are actually insane about soccer and will actually kill their children trying to get a ball into a net. They will ask their kid who's like half the size of another kid to slide tackle them. They will ask them to lose teeth just to get that ball into that freaking net. And I was like, you know what? I don't think I'm into this soccer thing. Yeah, talk about cancer. I think on the list of cancer, Twitch chat on big channels is number 1. YouTube comments on big channels maybe number 3, and right above that is soccer parents.
Die.
Maybe I should say that a different way. YouTube comments on videos that aren't mine. 10% of the comments on mine are cancer. Actually, more like 5%. The percentage of comments I get that are bad is incredibly low. It's amazing. I don't know why I did to deserve such amazing YouTube fans, but it's insane. I go on other people's YouTube channels and it's like, die in a hole, you miserable person. And it's like, the video is like, my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh card, and it's like, get run over by a bus, kid. I'm like, good lord. And then I do stuff that's like halfway, you know, opinionated, and even I don't get that bad of comments all the time, only a few. This Aqua King's being a jerk. That's the other thing with YouTube too, is that a lot of times it's just kids. YouTube has turned into a very big kid-friendly place, which is great in one way and not great in another way. I like being kid-friendly on my show because I want to have kids and I have a child and I like it to be kid-friendly. But YouTube has become this area where a lot of 12-year-olds have access to, where back in the day, not so much because we were smart enough not to give our kids smartphones, but now apparently parents don't know how to parent. And their 10-year-olds have a smartphone and they get on YouTube and they tell everyone to go kill themselves. And they're like, wow, my kid is learning so much from YouTube. Like, no, they're just trolling people on the internet. Stop giving them devices. Let them learn how to play outside. Then you can give them a device. Like, if there was one thing in this world I could give, you know, if in my dying breath I could give one thing to the world, I would give every parent a transcript of what their kid is saying online. You know how much that would just like improve the world if every parent knew what their kid was saying online. Even saying that, a lot of people watching this video are like, my parents know what I'm saying. Because that, you know, like it would change so much. It would change so much. So many like parents of 10-year-olds would be like just looking at it like, holy crap, what have I done to this child? So Albert got his ultimate. Pretty dope. Flower Storm. Holy cow, that damage. Whew. Well, you know, a lot of people say that parents got lazy. A lot of people say like parents are lazy nowadays and they just stick their kids in front of a TV and let them watch TV all day so that they don't have to parent. And there's some truth to that, but back in the day it was the same thing. It was just they kicked them out of the house. They just said, go play, see you at dinner time. Because back then that was safe. People say it was safer now than then. I'm not so sure about that, but you know, that was the way it was. You just kicked them out and you said, I'll ring the dinner bell when it's time to come back in. So it's not like parents were any less lazy or more lazy now. I mean, there might be some truth to that, but in general, I don't think that's the real issue. I think it's just nowadays we're so, you know, the media has made it seem like it's dangerous to walk outside. So now parents have resorted to just like put them in front of the TV. Back then you couldn't do that because it didn't exist, so it was the other option. But I wouldn't necessarily jump to the conclusion that like parents are more lazy now than they were back then. It's more of just we have more options to us now. Oh, okay. I didn't even do that. Just kind of did it automatically. We can't. We cannot go because of the wall of water. Oh, well, what teleporter am I supposed to go to? Oh yeah, it's, you know.
Demons dance.
I think there's a big difference though. I think back in the day, you know, sure, we did stuff that our parents didn't know about, but it wasn't really hurting anybody. Usually it was like just us being idiots. Yo, Hazuki with the gifted sub to CCG Riku. Riku, welcome back to the crew. Enjoy your fun figure emotes, and I love you. Thank you so much for being here for 3 months in a row. Oh wow, that last one's really fast. I like the animation for Rose Storm. It looks pretty cool. It's doing a lot of jumping around. You know, like back in the day, like me and my friends would get into trouble or whatever, but it wasn't really hurting anybody. It was like we'd shoot off fireworks when we weren't supposed to, or we'd say bad words or whatever, but it was like within our group of friends. We didn't go out and, you know, there's always going to be bullies and stuff, but in general, most kids just stuck to themselves and just did stupid stuff within their groups of friends. But like now, it's all about like kids, you know, trolling and being mean to people on the internet and being anonymous so they can do whatever they want and just being terrible to everybody. And, you know, and no better example, there's no better example than YouTube, unfortunately. YouTube is just, you can go on there, you can say whatever you want, you can be completely anonymous, you can jump out. It's not like Twitch where we have a real connection that's live. So if someone comes on here and they're like, "Death, you suck, go die," we just ban them and then move on with our lives, and they don't really get the satisfaction. That's why there is some trolling on Twitch, but it's pretty rare, and a lot of times it's on big channels where everyone's trolling, so no one cares. But on smaller channels where people are more close-knit and actually, you know, have a community and care about each other, those people just get banned and then it's over and then no one cares. On YouTube, it sticks there and it's there, and even if I decide to delete it, which I don't delete many comments at all, but if I do decide to delete it, I still read it first, so that you know, they know that they're getting to me one way or the other. This must be the door to the teleport device decal was talking about. Let's go. Looks like the one in my forest. This can take us to Xenobados instantly. It's completely different. Winley said such astonishing magic power, moving between cities instantly like this. It's astonishing, alright, but I cannot accept life being generated by magic. Me neither. It's too depressing to be born just to do one thing. The Mirage Embryo, the god of destruction, was born for destruction only. Its existence might have the same sorrow. But let's try to make it feel better. By making sure it'll never be born. I'll be honest, Rose. I don't think making it never born will make it feel better. We gotta protect the next Signet Sphere. Let's go to this lost city, Xenobados. See you later, Hazuki. Enjoy the World Cup. I will root for whatever team you're rooting for, since I don't care. I'll lend my rooting to you, to your favorite team. So this is the Lost City, Xenobados. It is the city where the legislation and administration of the world of the ancient Winglies were carried out. It's an austere place. It seems like a place Albert would love. Yes, I have great interest in the way in which they manage their nations. However, I don't think I can learn anything from such a mess. It fell more than 10,000 years ago. Warning, 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 warning. Warning, Xanabanos is under martial law. Leave the city at once. Good for you, Albert. It seems the Xanabanos is still alive. Warning, invaded by humans. Take shelter in Cadessa promptly. Warning, 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 warning. However, unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be functioning. Are those generated by magic too? Seems like it. But it's different from Buckle. There is no heart in it. It is just like Zeeg now. Wow, got him. Hey guys, there's something coming this way. Is that a manta ray? Are those manta rays? What's this? I am Kulan. I'll be your wings. Savan was talking about it in his last moments. Wings that can fly the skies will be given. That's not what he said, but whatever. It was about you. Rose and people who are carrying the world. Although Savan couldn't accomplish his objectives, he fulfilled his role at the expense of his life. Now everything is on you. I know, I will stop my father and fulfill Savan's will. I'll be here waiting for you. Whenever you would like to go back to the world, I'll be your wings. Whenever I want to go back? Would you like to have wings? Okay, so whenever I want to go back, you know. I can go back to Velweb now super easily. Like I said before, it's probably the best side quest to do on your first playthrough. Just because it's easily accessible. Yeah, we can do that. Because I need to buy items anyway, so. Let's do it. Giant Manta Ray, ho! What's up, Vexus? Good to see you, dude. Welcome to 4-8 life. Whoa, nice. I can go wherever I want. That's cool. So, to get to Velweb, I'll have to go to Crystal Palace and then walk, I guess. Or could I go? No, I don't think so. I should have bought some items first. Although I think those guys are probably still here selling stuff. Oh no, it's a bear.
Storm.
Wait, what? What? What did he say? Pretty sure he said Blossom Storm. I don't know how to English. That's not even not knowing how to English. That's just straight up writing down the wrong word. That's the second one they got wrong. I can kind of understand the other one, but the word blossom and the word flower are like completely different. Oh my god. That counter. I literally had to hit circle, and then the second the counter went off, hit X. Because it was like already in the box. Alright, go up. 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 Up! Ow! Wataru, stop throwing bits at me. Place them neatly on the table. Place them neatly in the cup. No need for throwing. Oh wait, this is a bird.
Blossom Storm.
I don't know how to beat this thing because they're all different. Probably something stupid that I don't know. I don't have. The thing is, like, the thing is, these guys are like, you have to do certain things to defeat them, but unless I just start throwing crap, I don't know, I don't want to like waste all my items. Here, let's try going Dragoon. Thank you for the 5 bits. If you sing while playing baseball, you won't get a good pitch. No, stop throwing them. That's mean. Magic Man, thank you for the 48. Thanks for not throwing them. Alright, let's try... you know what? We can go rest. Let's do the Dragoon. Thank you. You're also allowed to sprinkle them. That's acceptable. Miss! Wow. Well, don't I feel like a doofus? Yeah, there he goes. I don't know why you're celebrating. Yeah, I have a feeling that one was like poison damage or something. There's not... Oh. Oh, I have to insert disc 3. That's interesting. I thought the game froze for a second. I was like, oh no. It wants me to insert disc 2. That's kind of weird. You have to like keep throwing in the discs. I'm not used to that because most games I played with multiple discs, it was just one and done, like Final Fantasy 7 and Final Fantasy 9. And 8, actually. Now that I think about it. I never had a game where you went backwards through discs. Also, I don't know why, but for some reason that screen doesn't show up on my capture card. I have no idea why. It's the same... Actually, it must be a different resolution. That picture must be a different resolution, that's why. Okay, so I need to sleep. I think the inn is this way. Yeah, so I'm not familiar with the way that Final Fantasy VIII and Final Fantasy IX work, but in terms of Final Fantasy VII, the multiple disc thing was literally only for the cutscenes. So each disc actually had the entirety of the game on it. The only exception was they had different cutscenes. So the way that it worked, I'm actually going to save just in case with all this disc changing, something bad happens. The way it worked was the game itself was coded the same exact way on each disc. And all it did was call for cutscene 1, cutscene 2, cutscene 3, cutscene 4, all the way down to like cutscene 50 for the last cutscene with Sephiroth. And then each disc had different had like different cutscenes on the disc, and then when it calls a cutscene, it picks that number off that disc. So, for example, if you cheat the game and skip to the final boss while you're still on disc 1, it'll play one of the cutscenes from the beginning of the game because that's all it has to play. So, for example, during the speedrun, when you skip to the end of the game, it plays the scene where the train is taking you to Sector 7, I think. That scene where the train is like spinning around the column, it plays that when it's supposed to be playing like Genova coming out and Sephiroth talking to you. But the game still works perfectly fine. All the code, all the weapons, armor, materia, bosses, everything is coded on every disc. And it's just a matter of the cutscenes. And the only reason that they had 3 discs was because of the cutscenes, because of the space of the cutscenes. The discs had plenty of room for all the coding and everything, but the cutscenes themselves were huge, and they were the first real cutscenes, some of the first cutscenes on PS1 in general, and there were a good amount of them. So they took up a huge amount of space on the disc. So that was the only reason. If it weren't for the cutscenes, Final Fantasy VII would have been 1 disc. Which is kind of impressive because it is quite a big game. Especially with the world map and everything on it, but... Yeah, I never would have thought that growing up. I always would have thought... I thought that the North Crater was only on disc 3. Because that's the only time you can get there. Is there no, like, shop here? Is it just this guy? Okay. I just wanted some healing items. Now I'm gonna have to throw in disc 4, right? Oh, not yet. I guess the world map is everywhere. Actually, these dungeons might also be on disc 3. Thanks, Atara. What's up, Loki? Yep, we're doing Legend of Dragoon until about 12:30, and then we're gonna switch over to our new Let's Play of Tales of Symphonia. So if you're interested in that, you can stick around. If not, you can just stick around for the Legend of Dragoon Let's Play and then say bad, mean things to me and then leave. That's totally acceptable. Just be like, Legend of Dragoon is over, you're bad, and you should feel bad, and then leave. That's how it works.
Blossom Storm!
You could say that it would be a low-key ow. Get it? Did you get it? Did you get my joke? Did you get it? I don't think you got it. Oh god, ice physics in an RPG, why? No one got my low-key ow joke? Come on, guys. This is the pinnacle of humor. Thank you for the Mario and dance bits. You're a little late.
Blossom Storm!
Awesome. Storm! I gotta update you guys on the house thing. But before I update you on the house thing, I just want everyone to know that your support is greatly appreciated. And I never want to make you feel like you have to donate more than you already do. I feel bad talking about this house stuff sometimes because it's kind of talking about money. and it makes me feel like I'm asking for donations even though I'm not. Like, just me saying, like, or talking about money makes it seem like I'm trying to ask for donations or something. Like, in my head it does. I don't know if it comes off that way to you guys, but to me, in my head, as soon as I start talking about money, it feels like I'm trying to, you know, bring it up or something. But truthfully, in all seriousness, the amount that you guys donate now is perfectly susceptible. Like, it's more than enough. And if it ever isn't more than enough, I will tell you. But until then, I don't expect any more than what's donated now. So please know that. Like, just because I talk about money, it's just because I like to talk about everything. It's not because I want more or anything like that. So anyways, we are very possibly buying a house now. What's up, Sora? We have an offer in on this house. We went, so the house was, I'm not going to say how much, but the house was a certain amount, and we went really low because we're not in a rush to move. Like, if we move now, awesome, we kind of need to, but if it doesn't happen, no big deal. You know, we'll figure it out. It's not like we need to move this year. We want to move this year because we're growing out of this house. I need a more quiet place to stream because you guys have to listen to, like, Ben crying all the time because this house is too small. But even past that, you know, my wife has to drive an hour to work every day, and it's really taxing on her, and she has to go through a lot of traffic and everything too, so she has to leave like 2 hours early for work because it's an hour there and it's through Cleveland, so who knows what kind of traffic she's going to hit when she gets to Cleveland. So, you know, she has to deal with that, and it sucks.
Die.
Alright, I'll shut up and take it. Thank you, Magic Man. I appreciate that a lot, dude. Thank you. Can I get some phone figures in the chat for Magic Man and that $20 donation? That is above and beyond anything we've gotten this week. It's been a relatively slow week this week, but it doesn't surprise me because we had a short stream Monday, and the rest of the week has been, you know, it's been a quiet week. It's been a nice chill week. I expected Wednesday to be crazy because of all the data org stuff in Kingdom Hearts. But yeah, it's been a nice quiet week this week. It's been actually kind of nice. Just chilling with my buds this week. But thank you, man. Appreciate that. Yeah, well, yeah, that's goes without saying that I didn't expect much at the beginning of this month because the end of last month was actually psychotic. Just insane how much support there was, and not just the money value with the bit war, but it was a crazy like month last week for viewership too. So many new people came in and joined the chat, and it was awesome. So yeah, last month was crazy. One of the best months of 4A Live. So anyways, we don't need to move, but we want to move. So we're waiting until we find like the perfect house. And we're also not selling our house until we get a really good offer on it. So we found this house that we like, and we're willing to move into it. It's not like, I mean, it is kind of our dream house. Like, it's definitely there, but it's also needs a lot of work done to it. It's a little, you know, it needs some love. So we like it, but we're not like gonna throw all our money at it. So we decided to go like a super duper low money to it. We went like really low. We already did that, boss Raditz. Also, try not to spoil stuff like that, but we've already done that. So we threw a really, really low number at it, thinking that they would either just be like, wow, we're not going to take that, or give us some kind of counter. And we talked to our realtor, and he was like, they're not totally against that offer. And we were like, what? How? It's like 40 grand under what they asked for. How is it not? It's like 40 grand under what they asked for, and it's like 100, it's like 80 grand under what the house is actually worth once it gets fixed up. And they were like, well, it's not the worst offer ever, and but it is the worst offer ever. What? Because basically, they're going through a divorce, and the house needs to be sold, and they also got no other offers on it. So we're kind of their only chance. So if we play hardball, we might be able to just get this house for like really, really low. Like if they come back with a counter and we're like, we kind of like our offer, they might just take it. So we might get really lucky. And then our house, we bought this house for a certain price, and it's lowered. I've paid about 1/8 of the mortgage already, because I pay bi-weekly, which if you own a mortgage and you don't pay bi-weekly and you have any extra money at the end of the month every month, you should change to bi-weekly. It's one of the best decisions I've ever made. So we already have a good amount of the mortgage paid off, even though it's only been 3 years. And our house is also raised in value by about $20,000 because they redid everything around our house. There's like 2 shopping centers and like street fronts by our house, and they redid both of them in the last 2 years. So the market has like gone way up on our house. Our realtor was like, you're going to be the only people that I've sold to in a very long time who makes money on their house and on the new house they're buying. So it's just a really, really, really good situation we're in. Otherwise, we'd probably just be waiting and saving some more money up. But this is such a good opportunity that, like, we have to take it if we can. You know, if they decide to take our offer. If they don't, then whatever. We'll just stay here, save some money up. But if they do take our offer, it's like, it's too good to be true. Like, we have to take it. But the only issue with that is it's going to cost all of our money that we currently have to fix up this house. It'll be worth it in the end, but it's going to take a lot to fix up the house. So then it's a worry of like, are we going to make the monthly payments? Are we going to get behind? You know, it gets kind of worrying there. So that's the only worry I have right now with the whole thing. But it would be such an amazing move in the long run to do, because this house we could get this house for like $80,000 under its value, like an insane amount of money under its value. And if we fix it up, it'll be an incredible amount of equity that we get out of it. But we don't really care how much equity we get out of it, because we're intending on staying there for like 30 plus years. So it doesn't really matter how quickly we get equity in it, but it'll be fantastic in the long run. We're covering the home inspection on purpose. They're already selling the house for way under its market value, and we already had our contractor look at it. So it's fair for us to pay for the home inspection, but they're paying obviously for anything that the home inspection finds. We're just paying for the actual inspection, which isn't that expensive. But anything that's found that's not code, they pay for it. And there's a few things we know about. There's about $8,000 worth of repairs that we have to do once we buy the house. That's the worrying part. Is, you know, there's certain things we have to do. Like the AC doesn't work. That needs replaced because we're in the middle of summer. If it were winter, we could wait and fix it in the summer, but it's summer, so we have to fix it like as soon as we move in. It does open a lot of options to have that much equity. You can even take a loan out on your equity, which is not the best idea while you're living in a house, but you can do it if necessary. Is the new house big enough to host a 4-8 barbecue extravaganza? You bet. It is actually. That's a pretty nice yard. We could throw a real barbecue party. Rose, visit me again. But my power is at its limit. English! Please save the souls of the 4 Dragoons who are our companions. Surely you have done well. But we have to pursue Zeeg now. I will trust you to save the Dragoon souls. So I'm guessing this is like a side quest where I have to save these souls. Is it that way or this way though? I'm not actually sure. I think it's this way. I feel refreshed. I wonder if the healing power of Shirley still remains here. So I can just like walk up to where Shirley is and he heals me. Let's do it. When am I booking the plane ticket for the 4-8 barbecue? Call me back next year when we actually have the house fixed. Oh god, why does this look like a puzzle? What's up, Weiss? Good to see you, man. How you been? So yeah, we're just excited to get out of this house. It's too small for us. It's, you know, my wife has to drive too far. There's just a lot of things that we're, you know, hoping to move out of, but we're not, you know, if the house doesn't happen, we're totally okay staying here, just saving up some money. I can deal with Ben crying sometimes, like it's not the end of the world. But yeah, if we do get the new house, it'll be great. My streaming area will be in the basement, and I'll soundproof it, so it'll be like a real kind of studio. And we won't have to listen to strange noises all the time. People mowing their lawn at 1 o'clock. It doesn't actually happen that often. I'm pretty fortunate. I'm pretty fortunate to have an office that's right in the middle of the house, in the middle of the day, and we actually don't have that many distractions. Yeah, that's kind of neat. Shirley being the original White Dragoon. Can't she be the new White Dragoon too, instead of Miranda? Nothing has changed here, not even a bit. How in the world do you say that name? Suvale? It's either Suvale or Siuvale, depending on if the Y is silent or not. It is such an irony that you who studied life and death cannot die completely. Is that you, Rose? Is anything wrong? You brought a lot of guests with you. I was asked by Shirley and came to see how you were doing. How are you? How are your studies? Due to the subjugation of Mayfield, I think I completely understand where life comes from and where it goes. Wingleys have been manipulating souls, namely life, from Mayfield, the place known as the Death Capital, and the Crystal Palace known as the Life Capital. We saw in Mayfield the destination of life. The darkness opened up into hell. The world of shadows without light. That is why you cannot die completely. I don't want to go to a world of nothing spread out on the tip of darkness. I don't like nothingness. Where should I go? I'll tell you now. What? So why are we fighting you? Should I like Dragoon up or what? I don't have any earth. So
Die.
oh my god. That was a lot of damage.
Wind blaster.
It's really cool that he actually uses the attacks. Up the Dragoon. Ow. Okay, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna throw power up on Dark. You are gonna defend. You're gonna special. So even though Rose has like no health, she's Dragoon and she's defending, so she'll take like no damage. I don't even know how that stacks, because I think defending is 50% and Dragoon is also 50%, and they do stack, but it's not like 100% defense. It's probably like 75 or something. So you already have power up, so do we do the dirty with Red-Eyed Dragon or what? I kinda want to save my MP, because if we're fighting all these guys, then, you know, maybe I don't do the Red-Eyed Dragon. Maybe I do Final Burst instead. Final Burst! Yeah, that's kind of what I thought, 75%, which is an insane amount. Oh, Shirley gives you the heal, though. Okay. Shit on the dragon, then. That's alright.
Final burst.
We get to hear my favorite audio in the game, I think. Final Burst. Holy guacamole. That would have been like 4,000 damage from the dragon.
Gas bless.
I just realized he has glasses. That ain't gonna do no damage to me. I'm a Wind Dragoon. I like, it's like a tie between Final Burst, because he sounds so, like, nonchalant with it. He's like, Final Burst. And then, Flame Shot, because he's like, Flame Shot! I gotta love that. And then, yeah, Astral Drain's also pretty good, because she's like, ah! What if I do Rose Storm? That's 50% more damage resist. So at that point, Rose would be at, like, 88% or something. Damage reduction. And that's like before armor and stuff. That's crazy. I don't think I really need to use Rose Storm here though. But I guess nothing else is going to do much damage, so. Rose Storm.
Rose Storm.
And I love Rose Storm too because it's so crisp. It sounds like he's in the room with you. Rose Storm. Alright, so you're gonna do Astral Drain because we need some health. I could imagine Congos are probably pretty funny. Stop talking about tacos. But I like tacos. We were talking about chili earlier. Chilies. Why do we talk about chilies and not tacos? Wait, does Chili's even have tacos? I think all they have is fajitas, but they have like the best fajitas. I guess we just do Final Burst again and do a bajillion damage. Because why not? Yeah, I don't know why my bot actually didn't pick up that. It's kind of weird.
Final burst.
Sometimes the bots are sleeping. I am a bot. I like how he's like a god at getting the fifth hit. It's not believable that he'd always get the last hit. I really like these fights. It's like Dragoon fights. Dragoon versus Dragoon. He has a lot of health though, because I've done like 5,000 damage to him with Dart alone. He's had over 10,000 years to practice it. True. If I had 10,000 years to practice it, I could get it like once or twice, maybe. That's how friggin' hard they are. He's still only in the yellow. What? What? No way! I even heard the sound right when it was at the top. I've never had that happen. In fact, I think I've always gotten at least 4 on like every edition. Watching Knights of the Round for 40 hours? Dude, I'll watch Knights of the Round for 40 hours. What you talking about? It's my favorite. What's up, Mystery One? Good to see you, dude. Oh god. This is new. This is the one I don't have. Oh god, it's the Dragoon! Oh no! Do I still have Rose Storm? I think I do. This could be bad. Oh no. Oh. Ah. Get wrecked. Rose Storm too good. Rose almost died though. Wait, did she die? I think she died. I think Rose is dead. Rip Rose. she gone. What's up, Dante?
Wing blaster.
Blaster. You know, for a PS1 era RPG, there's so much voice acting in this game. It's crazy. Like they have, think about this. They have Albert, Lavitz, and this guy all voiced every magic spell of the Wind Dragoon. Like that's impressive on its own. And then they had everyone else's Dragoons and all the spells. Most of the human bosses have at least 1 or 2 voice lines for attacks. They have Miranda and Shauna do all the voices for the Dragoon attacks. And then they have the cutscenes with full voiceovers. That's a lot of voiceover for a PS1. Oh man, we turned him to stone. He looked like he got turned to stone. He was like, good. Ooh, Jade Stone. I wonder what that does. Somewhere in the East Country there is this legend. Life does not come from anywhere or go anywhere. It just goes around with all other lives. It is a part of a great wheel. I can come back again to the place with light, to the place with warm lives. How can I tell you? But maybe ahead in the hell you saw in Mayfield, there might be a place with light waiting for you. All is up to you. Yes, it is what I have to decide. Where I want to go now. I must think it through. Thank you, Rose. Rose is like, all you guys gotta die, but I'm allowed to stay here. Let's keep going, Dart. So I don't get anything other than the Jade Stone. Wait, does the Jade Stone, like, increase wind damage or something? Because that'd be dope. What's up, Iverick? Thanks for stopping by, man. Appreciate it. No, it reduces wind damage. Okay. That'd be nice to have before the fight. Super Ultimate Wind Boss. Then he gives you a ring to stop wind damage.